Hey there everyone, what's up? It's Gowan's Healthy Roots, and I'm here with a new video where I'm using my actual voice, so I'm sorry if this video is cringy or you hate my voice, but I just have a lot to say in this video, so I decided to actually speak instead of just writing in subs and captions. Also, I'm sorry if I just, my tone is off, or I just sound weird when I'm speaking. I don't really know what I'm doing. And I'm sorry if there's a lot of background noise. I'm recording this at night, and my pet mice are up and doing mouse things, so they're probably a bit loud, so I'm sorry for that. I apologize in advance. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about things I hate about the K-pop fandom / K-pop community. A quick disclaimer, I myself hate when people make opinion videos just as an excuse to spread hate or be rude, so I'm going to try to avoid doing that by providing receipts and reasoning for each of the things I talk about. Unless they're just something I personally feel, then I'm just being biased. But I'm going to try to avoid doing that as much as I can. Also, please, 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 if I say something, don't think that I'm generalizing the whole fandom, because just like anything, there are good people and bad people, or normal stans or cringy stans, so please don't think that I'm attacking the whole community. I'm literally part of the community, why would I try to drag myself? Alright, so let's start with the first thing that I have a problem with in the K-pop community. I hate when stans of certain groups go in the comment section of other groups and leave comments like, Blink here to support Twice and Onces, or ARMY here to support girl groups. Not to sound rude, but to me it just seems like a way to promote your own groups in a low-key way and to get attention from fellow stans of that group. For example, starting back in even 2016, 2015, you could go into a comment section of literally any K-pop or non-K-pop video, and you could see comments that were like, any ARMYs here? ARMY here to support Red Velvet. You could literally go on to, a video of someone playing a prank, and someone would be like, any ARMYs here? Come on now, sis. And, you could still see it now, especially since BTS is so huge now. And, in no way am I trying to drag BTS stans, but they're just a group that I see it a lot from. And to me, it's just, really annoying, because it's you could leave a comment without trying to promote the group you stan. And if you want to promote your group, just be upfront about it. Be like the Luna fandom. They literally just comment, stan Luna, if you want to, promote your group, just comment, stan BTS, stan NCT, or something like that. And, honestly, some people may not even be doing it, on purpose to promote their faves, but it just comes off that way to me. To me, it's understandable when you leave a comment saying, oh, I usually stan girl groups, but I really like this boy group, or the other way around, I really like this boy group, or I really like boy groups, but I really like this girl group, so I'm gonna stan. And so when you say it like that, it's more of a compliment. It's like saying, I prefer this over that, but that is really good, so I'm gonna stan. Instead of making it seem like, oh, I'm doing, your fandom or idols a favor by giving you views. I don't know, it just seems rude to me, but that's just my opinion. The next thing I have an issue with is when K-pop stans start hating Western music or culture. I know there's plenty of stans who don't do this at all, but there's also a huge group that do. These people are typically non-Korean people who get into K-pop and start to reject all things Western. They begin to hate on Western music, food, clothing, and more, and then they talk trash about how awful American musicians are compared to their faves. And you'll see comments on American songs where people are like, ugh, now I remember why I stopped listening to Western music and listened to insert random K-pop group here. And I just find this so rude and uncalled for. There's literally no reason for you or anyone to hate on a whole style of music or clothing or anything just because you like K-pop. And there's no need to make it a competition or compare the two. You could like American music and K-pop, or French music and K-pop, or J-pop and K-pop. There's no reason you have to compare or make it a competition. And there's no reason to put down an American singer just so you can hype up your idols. It's rude, and you just make yourself look silly by doing it. Come on now, you're goofy. The next issue is the beef between girl group stans and boy group stans. I hate this. I myself stan more female groups and idols, but I still do enjoy and stan some male groups and idols. For example, I stan BTS and TXT, and I love Pentagon, Edon, and Junghyun, and even bop to some GOT7, iKON, NCT, and more. But just because I mostly stan girl groups, it doesn't mean that I should shade or hate boy groups and vice versa. Just because you stan only boy groups, it doesn't mean you should act like all girl groups are trash and not as good or worthy as your boy groups. It's just immature and rude.
What is the tea? The girls are fighting! No! The girls are fighting! the girls fighting.
Especially when stans act like a specific gender group is like a disease or something, and then they just avoid all boy groups or girl groups and generalize them all, and give dumb reasons as to why they don't like them. They'll be like, oh, I don't like girl groups because I hate cute concepts, and it's like, there's plenty of girl groups now that don't have only cute concepts, like there's Dreamcatcher, CLC, Blackpink, Cherry Bullet, and there's so many more. And this issue kind of leads into my next problem with the K-pop community and generalization. Number 4, the fetishization of Korean men or women or Asian people, specifically East Asian people. This typically plays a role in people hating girl groups or boy groups, and this is a huge issue in K-pop right now. With the rise in popularity of K-pop over the past 2 years, there's now way more fans than there used to be, which means that there's a lot of people who are into K-pop just because they think the idols are hot. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with thinking that your idols are attractive or anything like that. But the problem comes when you think that your idols are hot because they're Korean, or in other cases, Japanese or Thai or Chinese, whatever it may be. And I hate this so much. There's so many people who become fans simply because they over-idolize and fetishize Asian men or women based off of stereotypes, like cuteness or maturity levels and things like that, and they don't even care about the music or project that their idols do. This is wrong for so many reasons. Because I personally believe that you should stand an artist because you like their music, products, personalities, etc. Not just because you have a thing for cute Korean boys or cute Korean girls. And these people just feed into toxic stereotypes like, all Korean girls are cute and ooh soft. Just because they see someone like Sana from Twice doing a bunch of aegyo or acting cute. Or, the boys are so cute and feminine. Just because their idols wear makeup or have pastel hair. And this is actually just really toxic because you just end up fetishizing a whole race of people and overgeneralizing and stereotyping people that you've never met. And I'm sorry to say this, but not all Koreans are just like your idols, and they never will be, no matter how much you try to force it. And the over-obsession of Korean people that these people have is just going to end up pushing actual Korean people away from you. Like, it's not going to get you the cute Korean boyfriend that you've always wanted. Like, just stop. I want to talk about plastic surgery. I personally have no problem with people getting cosmetic surgeries as long as that's what they want to do and it makes them happy and that it's safe for them. What I do have a problem with is fans shaming idols for their features and suggesting that they get surgeries. A good example of this is Diane from Twice and Sugi from Red Velvet. Both of these girls have monolids. I personally love the way that both their eyes look, especially Sugi's, and I think that they're a key characteristic of her, and she just looks beautiful with them. But there are some people that don't think so. And instead they leave comments suggesting or even asking and telling idols to get double lid surgery or other surgeries like injections or nose jobs. I hate this with all my heart, and this feeds back into like the fetishization and generalization of idols. Some people want their idols to look perfect because they have this idea that idols aren't real people and that they're actually perfect. So they want these idols to fit into the molds that they want. And they do this by suggesting that idols do small things like lose or gain weight, and more drastic things like surgery or skin lightening. And I just think this is so problematic because in my opinion, if you really admire them as much as you say you do, you would like them to do things that make them happy and comfortable and confident with themselves, and you wouldn't shame them for having features that they were born with just because that you don't like them. Really problematic and is one of the biggest issues with this fandom is people defending their faves even when they're in the wrong. I know some people are going to drag me for this one, but I don't really care. It needs to be said. A huge issue I have with the community is when a group or a member or somebody does something racist, sexist, homophobic, or rude, and fans just defend their faves no matter what, even if they are in the wrong, and then they just make stupid excuses for them. They say things like, they would never do that, they don't know any better, and you guys are just being too sensitive. And people don't just say this over little things, they say this over big issues like blackface and saying the N-word, which sadly has happened a lot from idols. And this is just super irritating because it makes you and the rest of the community seem so brainwashed. Like, yes, people do stupid and problematic things, even your idols, but that doesn't mean you have to defend them no matter what, or immediately unstan. And this is a big problem people seem to have. They either drop the group right away, or they feel like they have to be a ride or die to them. But here's the real tea. Your fave can do something wrong, and you can acknowledge that what they did was wrong and still like the group. People can make mistakes and move on and grow for them. You don't have to shut down or lie about what they did. You can accept that they made a mistake or stupid decision and continue liking them. that's really it for this video. I know I didn't talk about a whole lot of stuff, but there's a lot more issues that I do have problems with that I could make into a second part if people really want it. But yeah, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you agreed with me, disagreed with me, have other opinions, feel free to leave them down below. I want to see what other people think about with this kind of stuff. And yeah, see you later, girlies.